Nick, okay, Nick, okay. We here today. This is this movie. Oh, sorry, we'll see ya next week.
I'm sorry, everyone. Casey has sent me a picture of
Maybe.
her with a stuffed beaver. I've been in their house like many times. I've never
You're
seen
welcome.
this beaver before. Never seen it. I guess I've just missed that every time I've walked in.
You,
Fun fact. All right, so
oh, you never seen the White's beaver?
all right. So
It's my beaver. By
No,
the way.
it's not.
It's my beaver.
stop. So my stepdad, dad, who raised me since I was 4, he actually killed that beaver, like shot it, everything, and then had it stuffed.
Shot at everything. Hold on. He did it at night in a canoe from about 30, 40 feet away. He said they shot him. His buddy was in the shot.
He's a good shot.
At least, yeah. And he shot him right over. And the dude was like, "Hey man, shoot that beaver." He said,
Okay.
and from that distance, he goes.
He's a badass.
He goes right through the eye. Whenever he shoot, I can't remember if they were night fishing and they just happened to have a gun. Well, he always has a gun on him no matter what. But
He's not. He always
they
has
were
two
doing
guns on
something.
him.
I don't recall what, but he told me. But
Fun fact: he's a gunsmith.
yeah, he was like moving boats,
Yep.
paddling beaver at night, like
Amazing.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he shot it and then had it stuffed. And his now he is remarried, and she did not
it's a
want
smorgasbord of jokes.
the beaver in the house. And Carter's like, I want that fucking beaver.
No. I told him. Yes. Oh, yes.
Well,
We
because
can't have 2 beavers in this house. Anywho.
oh, she said, I don't want your ex-wife's beaver in this house.
Wow. Anyway, that's
basically what happened.
That's getting better. No, but I told him. I said, look, of course, I never will, anything to happen to you, and I want you to live forever. I said, but you have to will me the beaver. And he was like, okay, Carter. And then he just before he met.
It was before he met Marilyn.
Yeah, well, I was going to use her real name because they want.
They can't figure out YouTube.
What if one of our 11 listeners hear this and tell one of her work friends? Anyway, anyway, they were cleaning stuff out before they moved because they got married and then moved, and all of a sudden this beaver showed up, and I was like, oh, yeah, I cannot wait to put this.
But what we used to do, so when I was a kid, what we used to do, we would turn the. This is so bad. We would scare my dad and I. We would turn the lights off, the whole house or whatever, and move the beaver different places that we knew my mom was coming into, and just freak her the fuck out. And it'd be like, hey, watch this. And she'd turn the light on in the bathroom, and we have the beaver on top of the toilet or something.
To defer,
we laughed so much. We had such a good time with it, and my mom got so mad.
We are.
Well, no shit.
It's like you're married.
Hearts out at the same time. Look at us.
Hey, go Tigers! You fucking lost.
Go Carter.
Yeah, we lost to Temple. It looks like Notre Dame's losing too. But anyway, welcome to Plot Off the Press. I'm not going to introduce everybody because you know us. If you're watching, you know us.
That's a bummer.
We would love for you to leave some comments on YouTube so that we can feel vindicated that we're doing something you actually enjoy to watch. But hey, that's just little things. So today, yeah, you can say we're fucking terrible. I don't care. Any vindication would be great.
Or just tell
today
your
we're
fart box,
doing a
whatever.
movie called Super. It's from 2010 by Mr. James Gunn.
We like trolls. We like everything.
Starring. I had never really heard. I very vaguely remember this coming out, and then it disappeared into nothing.
A movie that I had not heard of ever.
I actually kind of liked the movie, and we'll get to that in a second.
Yes.
It is starring Rainn Wilson, our good guy from The Office. Speaking of side story here, so Carter and Casey were talking about Brooklyn Nine-Nine a few weeks ago. I have totally gotten hooked on it now. It's this weird mix between Archer and The Office and maybe a couple other shows, but I really enjoy it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoy it. And the captain, the Captain Holt is my
It's
favorite
great.
character.
The 9 for life, baby.
His reactions. But anyway, I digress. So we'll start with this. IMDb gives Super the 6.7 out of 10. I'm going to go on and say that I'm going to give it a little bit higher than that. I think it's a 7.2. I really oddly enjoyed the movie, and there's a lot of things. I actually have some good notes on this one, believe it or not. I have a humongous crush on Liv Tyler. Always have. If I could marry her, have sex at the wedding, and have Steven Tyler sing "Don't Want to Miss a Thing" while we're having it would.
Everyone watch.
And I don't want to miss a thing.
All right, so quick 90s trivia, which Melissa last night got. Hey, shout out Melissa. I said, who were the two girls in this music video? For the
Alicia Silverstone and Liv Tyler.
And the song is "Crazy" by Aerosmith, which turns out is her real father. We're not getting into that. It's fucked up, but
hey, Notre Dame scored.
Liv Tyler, Steve Tyler's Liv Tyler's dad, and they never told her for years. Anyway,
it was like the whole thing.
Yeah, go back and look at it. But
when Clueless was real big, and Alicia Silverstone was in it.
Yeah, Liv Tyler was
years.
Like Liv Tyler,
Jersey Girl, terrible movie because there's Ben Affleck in it. But I like Liv Tyler.
Pretty. But continue. I'm sorry, sir.
Yeah, she was the ex-wife. Yeah,
Jersey Girl wasn't that bad.
I thought J-Lo was in that.
She died at the beginning.
Oh man, are you talking about
which made the movie sad?
That rips out your soul in the first.
It wasn't as sad as Up because I don't think anything in the first fucking 6 minutes. Anything else can bum me out any faster than that because.
Oh, I got one.
Say it again.
That could bum you out faster.
Jersey Girl.
Mufasa.
He dies it takes way too long for him to die.
Just saying.
I'm not in the first 5-10 minutes. But
cartoon movies.
The reason is Up shows you the progression, and it's just like, well, damn, they've been together forever. Whereas Jersey Girl, though, is pretty sad. It's not that bad of a movie. And fuck you for everybody that doesn't like Ben Affleck either. Ben Affleck is just fine.
Hey, you know why I like Ben Affleck? Butt chins unite. He's got a butt chin like I do. Love him.
Default.
Ooh, I like her eyebrow right now.
Look, how many people in this room have an Oscar? Ben Affleck outranks us. Okay, so
I like him.
Yeah, I mean
that's fair. That's a good movie. And
no, Argo, bitch.
He's in that I do like.
What's the Gone Girl? I love like.
He's doing an Oscar.
I'm just saying, like he did well in that.
Yeah. So anyway, let's jump. Casey Carter. What's your movie rating for Super?
The alcoholic, whatever. Anyway, all right. So,
all right. So I gave it a 5. And because it's disturbing.
There was one part of the movie.
It's dark.
Beating their ass with a pipe.
It's a little loony at times. It's also twisted. There's a lot going on with this. Oh yeah, it's like how many people are getting killed in this movie? Which as our show has progressed, y'all know that I like some violence.
Okay.
But I mean, after watching it one time, I don't know if I'd rewatch it. I don't know. So right in the middle, solid 5. What you got?
I'm gonna go with it. I mean, I could go up or down. This is Nick's movie that he wanted to do, and unfortunately he couldn't be here today. But the show must go on. Nick, okay. I'm okay with it. The 6.7. I don't know if I'd go up or down. I watched it just the one time, and usually movies that we do I've seen several different times, so a little bit more. But I don't know. Like I couldn't get a feel of. At times it's like this movie's doing all right, it's fun, and then I can't tell. It gets bad or too weird. Like I don't mind weird, but I mean, like it just
So,
so we were like 30 minutes in, and you looked at me and you go,
may cut my comments.
It's getting a little Looney Tunes. I was like, yeah, it kind of is getting a little Looney Tunes.
I really thought this, he starts having these visions, and I really thought, it's like, oh, God, here's another Birdman movie. And I really thought it was just going to be bad. And then there were some scenes where, like, he's beating the fuck out of people. Or I really think Elliot Page, the girl, she's really brilliant in this movie, honestly, at least to me, and disturbing. And what was really funny to me is that this is kind of like the antithesis of what
and disturbing at times
movie would normally be like. The average guy rising up to be the vigilante. Like, everything goes wrong every step of the way. At every point of this movie, and even when you would predict it to go the other way, like in a normal movie, you expect some sort of happy endings, and in this one, it just seemed like everything went wrong. We'll talk about this, but there's a male rape scene. I'm bringing it up. So there's a fucking male rape scene. There is a male rape scene. So I do love Elliot Page in this movie.
We'll talk about it. You just brought it up. So
super excited about Rainn Wilson's character.
One rape scene.
Who is actually, what's his name in the movie? It's Frank Darbo. That's right. So she's super happy about his hero-ness. He isn't really attracted to her, but kind of is. But at some point, she basically rapes him. And yeah, sorry to jump ahead. But she basically rapes him, which I think might be one of the... Hold on.
I have that in my comments, damn it.
A male rape scene in any movie, anywhere.
Well, I mean, it's not robot rape.
Hold on. Well, there's that.
Remember the robot rape?
And it's not fairy, turning into big fairy.
Let me be specific.
About to be, right? Well, you've never seen Pulp Fiction? I mean, Ving Rhames is good.
So, anyway,
and not a robot.
Oh, I thought you meant
let's talk
the
about
male
our favorite characters.
Okay.
And I'll kick it off with Carter.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Who's your
favorite? Doesn't happen
character?
very often. Man, I really love the wrench. Wrench was really good. Wrench did what it was supposed to be. It was red the whole time. I really like.
Well, it had to be red to go with the blood. Yes.
I guess so. No,
right.
I did, even though I don't, and of course you can read this stuff with, IBM, whatever, the internet would be a data space. I did like how,
IMDb.
Yeah, whatever. I like how I like Kevin Bacon a lot. I really liked Kevin Bacon a lot in this movie. I mean, I might have.
But Kevin Bacon was almost not in the movie.
No, I know he wasn't almost in the movie. I'm saying he's a lot, but I mean, like he was good and he was shitty and he was pretty good. He was a good villain. Like he was,
and he came in at the last minute. Because your boy was supposed to be in the movie.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. But yeah,
and he never showed up, so they had to recast real quick.
Yeah, and Kevin Bacon came in, and I really like Kevin Bacon, and then what's his name? I liked James Gunn's director, his brother Sean Gunn, who doesn't get enough credit for doing what he did, but I really liked him to play in the
devil.
No, James Gunn was the devil.
Oh, okay.
Sean Gunn was the guy that had the shaved head that shoot the police officer. Oh, I didn't shoot him. I was looking at your finger or whatever. The guy.
Yeah, he had like a shaved head on the side.
I really enjoyed him. So I mean, like maybe between one of those two, because I mean, I thought Kevin Bacon was just smooth in this. It was good. He's a good bad guy, and so that's what it is. Because Rainn Wilson. Oh, yeah. Rainn Wilson in this movie as a character, no. But when he puts the costume on, I like that. I like that. I didn't really care for Rainn Wilson because I mean I recast him, but
I recast him as well.
But and he's supposed to be what I'm about to say, but he's just boring. But that's what the character's supposed to be. So when he puts the suit on, but he, I don't know. He's just
a pussy.
No.
Bottom line, he's a fucking pussy. He is.
But when he puts a suit on, he's kind of a pussy. But he's a dumbass at the same time, though. Which when he puts the suit on,
shut up, Prime.
Needed a little bit more slapstick. A little bit more slapstick, dumbass, because he still doesn't make. Yeah, he doesn't make good decisions anyway, but that didn't quite work. So I'm going to go with the wrench or Kevin Bacon.
Can I tell you my favorite character?
No, you're not allowed to speak anymore because you're a woman, and then Taylor's going to defend your honor here in a minute.
Yes.
Inside joke. Sorry. No. Keep going.
All right. So my favorite character is going to be the rabbit. That damn rabbit was so cute. I think Taylor just finished drink up.
I almost thought about the rabbit also.
How cute is that damn rabbit? And now I want to get one. I love it.
I just all of her scenes. She rapes Rainn Wilson. She talks about her pussy being succulent and wet. It's all wet down there. Gushy, yes, yes.
No, she said gushy. It's gushy.
Succulent,
all this being funny because even in this movie where she was not that young.
I don't think she has that anymore.
It's so bad.
Oh yeah, like she's trying to be sexy and has like boobs.
She does this whole.
It's like, what are you doing?
Don't body shame her.
That's not body shame.
Well, she's born in '87, so I mean,
okay,
so she's like me and Taylor's age.
She would have been 24.
She's 20 something. Well,
she claims that she's 22.
She has a wife now, I think.
Yeah.
Well, hang on. Are we supposed to call her she, or are we supposed to? So
okay, look. So
I don't know what's PC.
Everyone, calm down before we get in trouble. In this movie, she was still Ellen Page.
Yes.
And so we're going to go with that, but we respect you for being Elliot and whatever you want to do with yourself going forward.
So,
and I know this is after the movie came out, but let's just keep it in the realm of possibilities. In this movie, she plays
let's talk
a
about
girl.
Our favorite.
Okay?
Let's talk about our favorite.
I'm just making sure.
We're not trying to be disrespectful, but let's go ahead and go with that.
Honestly, some of the first crime fighting scenes are kind of funny. I personally like.
Yeah. He dropped the spinner block in the guy's head from a fire escape. I was like, "Holy shit!"
So,
and that's one of the things I read about. The reviews is so realistic, which I'll get into why it's not realistic.
The scene when they go to get Liv Tyler back at the end, and really towards the end, and this might be my favorite quote too, when he's sitting there and he's beating up Kevin Bacon, and Kevin Bacon's like, "What are you gonna do? Stab me to death? You think stabbing me to death is gonna change the world?" And Rainn Wilson says, "Well, I don't know until I try." And then he stabs him to death in front of his ex-wife. It's pretty. I mean, it was. Carter.
I like how you're stabbing right now, though.
Stab.
Stab, stab, stab.
Stab, stab. Order shirt.
Hey, Carolyn.
Stab, stab, stab. No, and no, it's still his wife. Favorite scene. I did like what you talked about with the
he hits the guy in the
montage
in
the beginning when he starts actually getting the wrench and
like,
beating the shit out of people. It's like,
you've totally
holy fuck, that's intense. Oh yeah.
Well, and then the guy was even like, "I just saw you."
No, yeah, we'll get into that. But yeah, then he hits the girl too. It's like probably breaks her orbital socket. I like to see when he goes to get her back the second time and he touches the car. It's one of those things where like he's doing it and Kevin Bacon's like, "Hey man,
don't fucking touch my car again."
He's just smooth and like, "The fuck, man, quit." And he goes, "Don't fucking touch my car."
He's just doing this.
But when he does it with the one finger, which you think would be typical, movies like, all right, fuck him up. He goes, well, I wasn't talking about that kind of touching. Fuck this shit. And he gets back in the car like whatever. And then he hits the car again, and then his boys fuck him up. But yeah.
But I mean, like totally unbothered.
Oh yeah, he was just like, boop. And he goes, oh, well, I didn't mean like that. I mean, like, hitting the car again, whatever. And but then he hits the car again, and then they beat the shit out of him. But I did like you're saying that the ending was good because they had a training montage. And he somehow learned how to shoot a gun, build bombs. He's a line cook that doesn't have any money, but then all of a sudden goes to the weapons and ammo store and probably spends
$2,000 and hit people with wrenches. He goes to like pipe bombs real quick.
Well, he goes to the Punisher, or budget Punisher real quick. And then again, I couldn't believe all of a sudden it's like you look over and it's like, holy fuck, they just killed Ellen Page like a motherfucker. And I mean, like, it wasn't like she just bled out. It was like, oh fuck, she done
like half her
fuck. Like, like Saving Private Ryan scene or something.
It was
like,
intense.
Like, fuck, I didn't realize she just got off the boat going to storm the beach. But, Casey, you...
It's got to be when he kills Kevin Bacon.
Oh.
Because we were waiting for the knife. We were like, all right, he's got the knife. Like, what's happening?
Oh, yeah. When he shoots the knife in his taint.
Yeah.
Because I kept going like, I thought he was
going to he basically bleeds out through his wiener.
Well, no. He stabs him in the chest afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought for sure he was going to use the knife when Michael Rooker, Abe, was choking him. I thought for sure he was going to do that, but then, anyway, reversal. But sometimes in this movie, the violence, and don't even really like the violence, but
sometimes it's a little too much.
I don't know about too much. It was odd. Thank you. That's better. Thank you. You're getting to more of my point. But the Michael Rooker, it looks like he's got him pretty much down, and he could just shoot him or maybe zip tie his hands, but he just keeps on until he bashes the complete back of his head out of the side of the fireplace. It was like, I don't know about nonchalant. See, it looked pretty painful, but it was like, okay, he's going to knock him out. And it's just like, no, he's going to, okay, well, wow, he just keep going. It looked like about extra force head smash.
It's a lot.
And then he pulls it up, and that side shot from the side where it's like, okay, he has no back of the head anymore. Like, fuck, what's going on right now? Like, I mean, I don't get me wrong. I know some of the violence in this movie is maybe not over the top, but it as people said, realistic. But it was like, fuck me, man. Like, I don't think he really needed to do all that. But
I agree.
But I mean, it goes back to James Gunn had done Sliver before this, which I thought that was an underrated movie right there. I enjoyed that. It just didn't flow well enough.
Let's segue that in.
That's a very violent movie, and so I think James Gunn just kind of enjoys.
The only person I changed out, or I thought could have been changed out, and just to go back to The Office, trading Rainn Wilson for Steve Carell. I know.
What the fuck?
I don't see it though.
No, I could see it, no problem. But I mean, like, I didn't expect you to go that way. I don't think that, and I'm not knocking it.
That's fair, but it's just kind of what came to my mind for all the other moments,
like murdering people.
No, in real life, picking a role like that because he kind of he wanted to like see it. Yeah. Oh, he would have done. I think.
All right, I'm going to interject mine.
He would have been great. Go ahead.
All right, so mine, and I recast as well for Frank. I did Jason Bateman. Because he's a little dark as well, if you've seen, like, Ozark and everything like that. Like,
What's the spelling bee movie that he was in? That he wrote and directed?
like the Bee or something. Fuck, I don't know.
The Spelling Bee movie, that was good. But yeah, but he can be
a little he can be bitchy. I love it.
Well, that and also in State of Play when he's in it with Ben Affleck, Taylor's favorite.
Yeah. No, Taylor's favorite is Tom Cruise.
But he's not in the movie. And then Russell Crowe and Rachel McAdams, Mean Girls. Jason Bateman, if he kind of played that kind of, maybe that sleazy, not as sleazy, but in between the guy that he plays in the Spelling Bee movie where he's a fucking asshole. But,
yeah. I think that would have been fun.
I could handle both those.
Did you recast anybody?
Yeah, I did. I recast Rain.
Nathan Fillion.
But the recast is already in the movie. You just trade it out. You just take the Holy Avenger.
So I do want to put him shout out to Mr. Fillion.
Yep.
I do.
You move Rain over to the Holy Avenger, and you move Nathan Fillion over to Frank.
He almost got cast as Nathan Drake in the Uncharted movies. He did a fan version of the Fallout movies, and has been very long touted as the perfect Nathan to be in the Fallout movies. Sorry, not Fallout, Uncharted. He does.
Oh no, he looks like from the video game. He almost looks like the guy. Different nose. We're not getting into the specifics, but he's got those chiseled face features. No, but that's
great.
But that's the easiest one right there. I mean, that just reverse him, boom, and nothing against Rain. He was really good. I know that I read that John C. Reilly is what James Gunn's first choice was going to be, but he wasn't big enough by then because he hadn't done Step Brothers. But I mean, he would have been excellent in it. But
Storm.
Guess what?
There's been a bunch of serious movies first.
I don't think Step was out yet.
I misspoke. Step Brothers was out.
Oh,
I believe.
Let's be honest. He's not attractive enough to have Liv Tyler as a wife.
I totally mean disrespect. You no.
Noted, but he's even
no disrespect, guys.
Worse.
So let's jump into director for a minute here. So our director,
they know they're not cute.
Also did
it is what it is.
of the Galaxy, both 1, 2, and I think he's lined up for 3 as well. He did, and he also did Slither, as you said. So I thought
he did.
Everybody banned
what it was, and I thought he did a good job.
Suicide Squad 2
directing it. I don't know that this really blips on his map of the movies he's done. I mean, you have Guardians of the Galaxy, which everybody would say is a pretty good hit. I don't think anyone's going back to look at Super. I got to be honest. When I typed in Super, I had a hard time finding it.
No, it was. Yes, as you did. It's not
same.
Even though if you hit Rainn Wilson, it's The Office and then Super, because it's the higher rated movie that he's done. Besides, like that he starred in, being the lead, like The Rocker, which The Rocker. But James Gunn on this, though, what I will say about this is that I did like a couple of different times where they didn't overuse it, but a little bit of the cartoon stuff in it. One of the things that I really, really enjoyed is when the police officer comes to the door and you can see Rainn Wilson's brain, and that's where your male rape scene comes from, and the police coming in. Like I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like I hadn't seen that before. I thought they could have utilized that a little bit more. But other than that, it's his lowest grossing film ever. Which seeing most of it, I think everything that he's done, I can see why, because the movie just doesn't. The movie doesn't have a flow, and then at times it just and he's all about like weird or odd. Even watching Sliver, at this point in time, where it just doesn't work well enough to where. Whereas the three of us can handle it, but I mean, if we handed, we just ran up to, some random old 50-year-old guy and said, "Hey, watch this movie," he'd go, "This is the worst fucking movie I've ever seen in my entire life."
Shut up, crime.
You know what
I mean? There's so many stupid sayings from the movie. Like she talked about her pussy being gushy. But at the same time, plot holes for me, the biggest one is a crime scene investigation. He's beat the fuck out of 15, 20 people with this wrench, and nobody catches him, especially after the movies. After he goes to the movies and tries to go see this movie and beats the fuck out of this couple, walks over, and there's his car with his license plate that everybody can see very plainly and clearly. Nobody ever catches him. And what happened to the police officer that got killed in his apartment?
Yep. Yep.
Noted.
Did they mop up all the blood before they left? The bullets probably went straight through him into the wall. But yeah, my first thing right here, excuse me, DNA wrench. He's just carrying around a fucking Exhibit A through Z, Your Honor, and then to double Z. I mean, there's that. When he goes to the farmhouse, which is just weird that Kevin Bacon, being a drug dealer, a strip club owner that lives in the city, has kind of a farmhouse.
He has more than one house, I would think.
Okay, well, you don't see his fucking other apartment then. Anyway, so there's that, but he throws his only weapon through the window. Again, it's just things in this movie. Just it could have been really good. It just does so much dumb shit. They keep using his name, like when they go beat the shit out of the guy at his house. She keeps calling him Frank.
Yeah, that was driving me nuts.
But again, it goes back to where are the police? Like he's leaving crime scenes in his car. And it's a old, like Chrysler or some shit. There's no license plate or whatever. Let's go ahead and talk about how Kevin Bacon drops an N-bomb for no reason.
And as a person here, it just seemed.
I had to die, duh.
Well, he stepped in the last second.
Well, it was random.
But I mean, I really, like I said, it was probably
But like, would you have been mad if Jean-Claude Van Damme said?
Well, no, because he's Belgium. Kevin Bacon's fucking USA.
I'm just saying.
USA. No, wait. No, but he's just like, it wasn't me. It was that stupid ninja down.
No, he's that fat ninja.
Fat ninja. Okay. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Get it right.
Okay. But it was like, what the fuck has just happened right now? Like, hold on, I know this movie's rated R, but I don't feel that we needed any of that for sure.
Well, as soon as he said it, we both looked at each other and were like, oh my God.
like,
what?
Why would you get it? Why would you do that? But yeah, you kill a cop, but, two things, three things. Bullet wounds, you don't have to go to the hospital for. They just pass straight through. You're fine.
Had ibuprofen.
Okay, yeah, you still need to go to the hospital. But let's go with the
Thrust up in his wound.
All right, so let's go ahead and get to the end. Let's go ahead and get to the end of the movie after the stabbing of Kevin Bacon. So she just immediately, magically gets off drugs. Which, okay, and then she sticks around for a while.
Like a couple months.
Yeah, but she didn't have to because she felt obligated. Hold on, what? Like, I don't know. Like this ending seemed like he threw darts at ideas and was just like, let's go with this super unhappy, but somehow, I guess, back-ended happy. So she gets off drugs magically.
That's okay.
He's fine. He doesn't die from the multiple bullet wounds that he suffered. And then,
they're not bulletproof. They're bullet resistant.
Okay, but so they hit him in the. He got bullets shot in the.
Yeah, I was saying that's what my dad tells me all the time.
He got hit in the squishy parts. How about that?
His gushy parts.
Yeah, they were bleeding. What does he do with Ellen Page's body?
Elliot.
She'd already been pregnant.
We've already discussed this. She's Ellen in this movie, so we're gonna. You have to keep up, okay? And then we move real fast. I know
I've got to say my stuff.
I know you'll have a little. Okay, calm down. But what the fuck ending is that so he gets the rabbit. Sweet, I like how he got the rabbit. But then he becomes like a goofy artist slash. Liv Tyler's 4 kids call him Uncle Frank. I mean, at least come over for Thanksgiving. But like, who wants to see? Who wants letters from your ex-wife's?
That's not your. What?
Who wants letters from?
Well, some people do that.
It's weird.
But they're not. It's not like you married her and she had 4 kids and then you got divorced and you're still like, oh, I still love them. But no, it's Dude B is the father of these fucking kids, and he just sits around just like, man, I'm so blessed to be like what surrogate uncle that doesn't. The ending of the movie is just, I mean, and then is he still just working at the fucking diner as a line cook? And now
nobody knows.
But now he's an artist, but he has
he's not an artist.
Well, he's got all those fucking pictures on the wall, and the kids didn't paint all of those. He painted some because you noticed the hands are smaller.
Well, the artwork's
all right, go ahead with your shit then. Fuck it.
No, I'm saying the artwork's terrible. Like, he's not getting paid to do the artwork because the artwork's terrible.
Well, he's definitely not getting fucked for it, so.
Well, noted. Have you seen him? All right, so, like in the beginning, when he decides that he wants to be a superhero or whatever, and looks up, like, the drug street, why do none of these gangsters have guns? Why? Because they could have just shot his ass, and it would have been done.
Yeah, he should have got shot, like, 11 times.
I know, but I'm saying, like, that's the beginning part.
Well, it's not in Memphis, okay? It's not down.
Well, that's where we're from. And when he's doing, like, a flashback to when he meets Sarah, and the first time they have sex, like, she's crying.
There we go.
Why? Why is she crying having sex with him? I don't understand. Because she's Liv Tyler having sex with him? But like, in general, like...
The first time I had sex with Tyler, I cried the whole time.
Who's Tyler?
Look over there.
That's Taylor.
I know.
Hey, if you're gonna...
I didn't want to out him. I was trying to, like,
at least need to use my real name.
Oh, he stared you down, bro.
Whatever.
All right, and then I'll also have...
Which is Big Daddy.
You know, sometimes your mom still...
Also, I have what guy still wears whitey tighties?
You go through a bad week where you don't want to do laundry. And you're like, fuck, I got this, or I just go commando. I go commando personally, but I'm going to say Rainn Wilson doesn't.
But like, if you're being a superhero, right?
A superhero.
You're being a superhero. You're wearing your boxer briefs. If you want them a little tighter, because your outfit's tight. Well, fine.
Okay. Well, you know.
Oh, and then we've already talked about this, but Ellen Page raping Frank there. That was a little much.
Hey, look, man, sometimes you got to put the mask on. I don't tell you.
It was watching it. I was like, ooh.
I have never been raped before I put the mask on. Let me ask you, Batman. Have you ever been raped, Batman? That's my main voice.
I know exactly what you're doing.
All right. So
yeah, that's all I got.
So thank you for joining us on Plot Off the Press. I think from closing comments,
I would at
least go watch this movie. It's nobody's ever going to really talk about it because it's very obscure apparently, but Yeah, I enjoyed watching it. It was interesting. So I would suggest
I can watch it again, and I might like it a second time.
So thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us on Plot Off the Press.
Nick picked an interesting movie about that.
And Graham, plot.off.the.press.
Did love it, didn't hate it.
I'm slurring my words because I've had 3 glasses of bourbon. So thank you for joining us, and until next time.
#campy.